This is this week's accounting and business tax update. This week I thought I would talk a little bit about decision making, especially if you are a new business owner. Sometimes problems come your way and it can become sort of overwhelming. So, one of the first things you want to think about when you are attempting to solve a problem is communication. Communication is vital. And if you think back to the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, that book goes on to talk about how the sexes solve problems a little differently. Women tend to like to talk out their problems. Men like to kind of quickly assess the issue and make a decision and move on. Neither way is the right way, but what's important is communication, especially if you're trying to solve a problem between the sexes. If you've ever been married or in a relationship, you know that communication is key. So once you've established the proper lines of communication, one of the first things you need to do is clearly define the problem. So many times you're faced with some type of snag or problem and you don't even understand what the problem is. So it's important to sit back and assess what the problem really is. You know, my dad a long time ago told me that a lot of times in business you'll be sitting at your desk and you'll see problems coming your way. Don't get up from your desk and go chase problems. Wait till the problems get to your desk. Many times a lot of the problems never get to your desk, and then once they do get to your desk, just deal with the ones that are there. So he was sort of saying the same thing in a different way, but make sure you understand the problem at hand. Make sure that you take a look at what the facts of the situation are, and are there opportunities. Many times when a problem faces you, there's opportunities hidden within the problem that will make your business better. Be sure you look at it from all angles. Sometimes I think men tend to do this a little bit more, but they jump to an immediate conclusion. And one of the problems in business is that when you make a bad decision, you don't know about it for several months. It takes a long time sometimes for a bad decision to manifest itself. Another cliche from my dad or story, he said to me, nobody wakes up one morning and decides, this is the day I'm going to make a bad decision. You tend to make the best decision you can and you got to roll with it. So given that, it's important to look at these decisions from all sides to make sure that you've taken in the right amount of information and that you're clearly assessing the problem. Another thing to do is then once you do understand that, come up with multiple possible solutions to your decision, prioritize those, and then make a decision. Once you've made your decision, I think it's important to commit to that decision and then move forward. Obviously be open enough that if you did make a bad decision, you can correct that decision. But running a business is kind of like driving a big yacht. And you can't turn it on a dime. You try to set a course, and if it tends to drift off the course one way or another, you try to make small corrections to keep it on course. It's that old saying, a bad plan is better than no plan, because with no plan you'll have no idea where you'll end up. And so you set a course, you try to make decisions to stay on that course and not try to make any radical changes along the way. And then finally, once you've made a decision, it's important to assign responsibility. Who's responsible for implementation? Who's responsible for change? And then hold people accountable. It's that old, you need to inspect what you expect. And if you've assigned somebody a task, it's never important or it's never fun to follow up. No one likes to be micromanaged or to micromanage. But it's important that there be follow-up and follow-through. A lot of times decisions get made and then they're never implemented, and again it takes several months for you to figure out that the solution you came up with was never even implemented. So that's our weekly business and tax update. I'm Steve Pribramsky of the accounting firm of Pribramsky & Zelch. We have 3 offices down here in the beautiful Florida Keys. We have an office in Key West, we have an office in Marathon, we have an office in Isla Mirada. We're here to help you with your accounting, business, and tax problems, and we'll see you again soon.